So I have a few of you who have a 5 out of 20 on CK-12 assignments, and I'm starting to sense a little frustration with that. I wanted to show you how to fix that and kind of give you a couple of hints and tricks to make sure that you're looking at your assignments correctly and making sure you get all the good practice that you need to from it. Just really getting all the good out of it. So I have logged in as a student profile so that you can see exactly what you would see coming through the CK-12 dashboard and platform. If, as you log in, this is what you should see. You have a couple of choices on how to access your assignments. The dashboard would take you right to assignments for you. Some of you are in the same situation as this, my mock student. You haven't done assignments for a little while. So some of these are really old, things from first term, things that really don't matter to your grade right now, so you might as well skip them. So what I would encourage you to do is go to your class activity, this tab right here. I'm going to model through the chemistry class, but the ICP class would be a very similar look and appearance for what you're looking at. These are just different things that have happened throughout the day. I've changed a couple of dates to make it more appropriate for what we're doing in class. If you go to your assignments and let that load, the student has not finished any of the assignments because it's my mock student, but some of you are in the boat where there's a couple things you haven't done. What we are at right here, the periodic table and its trends, is the first one for the second term in chemistry class. So you find the title that matches what is in Infinite Campus. You can click on it, and as you click on it, you can see for this assignment and for lots of other ones, there are 4 different sections. And so if I were to hit start on this, I'm going to start practicing. I'm going to go ahead and start getting my points, answering my questions. How many groups are there in the modern periodic table? You might not know the answer to that question. You might say, well, I need a hint. Note that all the metals do not fit in a single group. They are spread across many columns. Okay, so that's telling me it wants the number of columns because we discussed 8 groups in class. There are 18 groups, 18 columns on the periodic table. Check it. Okay, we have the right answer. All right, I'm done with that. Stop for now. Okay, I have 10%. I answered one question correctly. Now, I do not advise turning in 10%. You will not get full credit, but I'm going to go ahead and hit turn in for the purposes of this video. So I'm going to turn it in. That's the first section of this assignment. Okay, I could turn it in again, which is absolutely advised if you only have 10%, or I could go to the next concept. When I go to the next concept, that's the part that some of us are missing. I go to the next concept, we're going to start practicing. This is the next section of that assignment. So start practicing. In the diagram above, in the diagram of elements above, which of the following describes the change of atomic radius along the direction of the arrow? We discussed that in class. You could go back and have the book open as well for CK-12, which I showed you in another video. But if I look at this on the arrow, I know that atomic radius increases as we go from right to left and increases as we go from top to bottom on the periodic table. So it says, reading the question again, which of the following describes the change of atomic radius along the direction of the arrow? It increases. I'm going to check it. All right. I could go on, or I could stop for now. If I stop for now on this section, I only have 10%. I'm going to turn it in anyways. I highly advise you to get at least an 80% on each of these. And it asked me, are you sure you want to do that? Yeah, I'm sure I want to do that. So kind of done for now. I want to go back and I want to show you a couple of things that you will see in your assignments. Okay, so we just worked on the periodic table and its trends. Notice I have 2 of 4 completed. It doesn't mean I completed them well. It means I completed them. So if I click that to open it, I can see I have a little bar here. This bar, I haven't started it yet. Haven't done anything with it yet. I can also see right here, I have 10% on each of those. I should probably finish that as a student, but I haven't even done these. So in your grade book in Infinite Campus, 5, 10, 15, 20 points. This is 10 out of 20 for that practice. So each of these are worth 5 points. So if you only turn in the first one, you're only going to have 5 out of 20. So you have to continue. The next thing you can look at on this, you can see the gold chevron here. It says next. I can click next, and it'll take me to the next section. Here at this window, I'd like to also point out that you have a video. You have some of the videos I know are blocked, but the reading is not. So you could open up the reading. I highly advise that you open up the reading. A good strategy for that is duplicate the tab. Okay, in one of these tabs, you're going to open up the reading. In another one of the tabs, open up the practice. Okay, so we have a question here. We have the reading. I highly advise that you read first, especially if this is a new concept. If you haven't watched the videos from class, or if you haven't taken the notes from class, read the content. This is another way, another avenue for you to learn the material that there is to read, to learn for this unit, for this section. So we come back, answer the question, and we can see, I hope that you can kind of see the way that your grade is calculated. One other thing that I can see, and I'm not sure if you can see it or not, we'll go ahead and check and see if you can see that. I'm going to look at reports, and this is the student profile. So this is what you should be able to see in the reports. Okay, if I come down here, I see all this material. I can see it turned in when I can see that it's not started as well. Some of you have said that you're doing it, it's done, and you just forgot to turn it in. I can see if it needs to be turned in. So I'm going to pause the video and come back with the teacher version so that you can kind of see what I see on my end. Okay, so we're back with kind of what I see. I took some screenshots out of the report section so that I would maintain confidentiality and not show student names. But this is what I see. So here's the periodic table and its trends. The student hasn't done any of them. You can see there's a lot of people in this boat that we need to pick up the CK-12 a little bit. But you can also see there's lots of different percentages on there. These red boxes say that you haven't turned it in. If I click on one of those red boxes, then, and for this one with periodic table and its trends, it was the first section. I clicked on that box and it shows me has not started assignment yet. So that means you haven't even gotten into it yet. If I find another one, here's another example from a different section. This student needs to turn it in. So I clicked on the box, extensive and intensive properties, and it says needs to turn in. So I can see that you have worked on it, but you just haven't turned it in yet. So then if I click that turn in button, it gives me this example here. It says submit assignment, gives me the title for the student. This student only has a 10%. If I go ahead and click turn in for them, so I can see how much you've worked on it and how much you've done for it, I go ahead and click turn in, and then it turns that assignment in for the student. So it's not as though I can't see if you have started it. So I kind of wanted to put that out there as well, that in the report section, in what I have, what I can see, this is not just a dead cell, these red boxes. This is for, I can get some information out of it. As well, you can see these little clocks. They say that this assignment was turned in late. Now, I give full credit. I don't give you any penalty for turning things in late, but it does let me know who is doing the work on time and who is not doing the work on time. You might have noticed well, I didn't show you that picture, but it does tell me when you turn things in, the time and the date stamp. So it's important for you to realize that there are more than one section for each assignment. You can see there's 4 sections in that. If you just do one, or like the student here just did 2, you're only going to get half credit because these are practice to get ready for the tests for this unit.